People think that they are able to get English language, they understand it very well. But why can't they speak English language? If we are able to understand, then we must be able to speak this language. If you ask to me, I feel it is just because we have been using our mother tongue to communicate to people for a long. That's the main reason we can't speak any other language. And ask yourself, did you use English language to talk to anyone before it once? Then how can you speak English language? So in today's video, I'm going to tell you that what are those four things which make you not speak English language. So without making delay, let's get into the video. So first reason is fear of making mistakes. This is the main reason I feel people are not able to speak English language. Let me know, how did you learn your mother tongue? Did you speak fluently in your first attempt? No, you made so many mistakes just because at that time you were a kid. You had no idea that what you were doing even. Whatever you are listening to, you are just trying to imitate, right? You didn't do anything else. You didn't write in your mother tongue to improve your, to learn your mother tongue, right? You just saw people how they were speaking and you just imitated them, and that's how you learned your mother tongue. And you made so many mistakes. Initially, we see children make so many mistakes who are only 2 or 3 years old. They make so many mistakes and we laugh at their mistakes. Not to make fun of them, of course, we laugh it is just because we know that they are kid and they are supposed to make such a kind of mistakes. So what you need to do that, just remove this fear from your mind that what if I make mistakes? Make mistakes, it's an initial step. And if you think that people might laugh at your English, if you try to speak before them in English language, just let them laugh. And if you don't feel like to get humiliated by people, then practice with yourself. Try to speak to yourself in English language. So that's how you can overcome this fear even. And that's the main reason people give up improving their language even. And if you ask to me, in my case even, when I was improving this language, I felt I would only make mistakes if I utter anything from my mouth in English language. So this is the main reason why people are not able to speak in English language. So second reason is lack of practice. It is quite related to fear of making mistakes actually. But yes, to improve any language, we have to speak in that language. And to speak in that language, we have to learn some things, right? Because where we come from, there people do not use this language. Then how can we see people speaking this language? So we are fortunate because we have phones. We can watch any English videos. Just watch them and try to imitate them. Try to understand how language is spoken, how they are using each and every word. That's how you can practice. And if you do it for at least 4 5 minutes every day, you can easily improve this language within a year. People can't speak this language, it is just because they don't even practice. They are like, we are okay with listening to, we are okay with writing even, and we are okay with reading. But please do not tell us to speak in English language. How can you say so? If you can't speak in that language, how can you speak before people even fluently in this language? To improve any language, we have to practice. To practice, we need to learn some things which I have told in my previous videos. Grammar. Learn grammar and start practicing your English. So this is even a second reason why people are not able to speak English language. So third reason is limited active vocabulary. See what happens? We do know so many English words, and while speaking to others in our mother tongue, often we use English words even, same words again and again. But now what you have to do that, enhance your vocabulary. You think that you know so many English words, but if you ask to me, you do know only few words. When I was thinking to improve English language, at that time I was like, I do know so many words, now I am able to speak this language very well. But when I realized that just because lack of vocabulary I was not able to speak this language, at that time I started enriching my vocabulary. But very soon I realized, because when we try to speak in English language, at that time you just need words. After using 4 or 5 words you can make single sentence. So to speak any language we need enough vocabulary. Don't do anything, just enrich your vocabulary. So this is even a main reason why people can't improve their English. So fourth reason is pronunciation anxiety. Often we mispronounce words. Let me tell you one incident. Actually, when I was in my third year, at that time, once I was talking to my professor. At that time, while talking to him, instead of using divorce, I said divorce. And within a 2 3 seconds, he corrected that mistake. He said divorce. Of course, it's a divorce, but because I had heard it from somewhere, that's why I used there. And when I got back home to get some more information about that word and to correct who was right and who was wrong, I got to know that divorce was correct. And from that day, I stopped using English words even while talking to anyone. So that's how we mispronounce words. But yes, as I have told that I have also learned phonetics when I was in my last year. So that also helped me to, you know, improve my pronunciation. So if you also think that just because of your wrong pronunciation you are not improving your language, so learn phonetics. Buy book, you can get anywhere that book, and learn phonetics. It isn't a big topic to learn. There are only few things which you have to do. Once you get into that, you would learn everything. After learning that phonetic, I got to know that how to pronounce words correctly. So if you also have pronunciation anxiety, then you must learn phonetic. So this is even a main reason why people avoid to speak in English language. So fifth reason is mental translation. Actually, when someone speak to us in English language, at that time to answer that person, to reply that person, we try to translate in our mind. And here we make mistake. See, I always say that initially to improve English language, we must take help of our mother tongue. But here you need to understand that you should not translate word to word. I do remember that I translated word to word, learning so many words and translating them word to word. I was not able to construct a single sentence. I was like, I learned so many words and still I'm not able to construct sentences. It is just because I was trying to translate word to word. Here, you just do not need to translate word to word. Try to translate sentence to sentence. See, I do know that you are not able to speak this language, then how can you translate? So, to translate, you should take help of your phone. Go to Google and translate sentence to sentence. I did the same. I learned sentences. I translated from my mother tongue into English language, sentence to sentence. And every day I learned 4 or 5 sentences. First, I thought in my mother tongue. And whenever I wondered that how could I translate this sentence into English language, at that time I took help of Google. I went to Google and translated sentence to sentence. And that's how I improved my English. So just stop translating word to word. So these are 5 reasons why people are not able to speak English language. So avoiding all these things, you can also speak English language, but practice is mandatory. vocabulary, grammar. You have to learn so many things. I have also added one more thing in your studies, that is phonetic. If you want to pronounce your words correctly, then you should learn phonetics. And do not worry, within a year you can easily improve this language if you go gradually and study with consistency. So just study hard and improve your language. Thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you so much.